Fever is a virus that's spread to people through mosquito bites. It's not common to see cases in the U.S., but that illness can be brought back as an accidental vacation souvenir. WKYT's Jessica Umbro talked with a Central Kentucky Health Department about the rising concern over dengue fever. It's a story new at 11.
Monitoring those cases is really the best thing that we can do to control the spread.
Cassie Prather of the Woodford County Health Department says while dengue fever is rarely born in Kentucky, it's an illness that is seeing a concerning spike in places where it's common.
For the calendar year of 2024, they've already doubled, what they saw in 2023. This is really the biggest increase in any kind of vector-borne illness that we've seen spike, like this.
The Centers for Disease Control says that there are currently 25 places worldwide that are seeing higher than usual case numbers, including popular vacation destinations such as Mexico and Costa Rica. Symptoms including headache, stomach pains, fever, rash, and nausea don't typically present for up to 10 days after being bitten by a mosquito carrying dengue.
So you think about, most trips a week, 2 weeks, you're already home before you know that you've been bitten, and then could be several more days before you have any additional symptoms.
Here in Kentucky, Prather says a way to keep yourself safe is to monitor symptoms if you're coming back from vacation to places where dengue is more common. And if you're not traveling, it's still important to wear EPA-approved insect repellent and to minimize standing water on your property to decrease the local mosquito population.
A pool that's being chlorinated and used often is not going to be a risk. It's really where you have that stagnation where they really thrive because that's the perfect breeding ground for them.
Jessica Umbro, WKYT.
Well, if you think you are sick with dengue fever, you are asked to call your local health department so they can monitor your case.